Okay, this is a record of a Meinheit Radio Inferno. We will listen to it.
At the river Acheron, the old ferryman Karen refuses to take Daddy
just in the
because
background.
he's still alive.
Okay.
So Virgil has to silence Karen.
Our setup for today is Kurzwail. We'll switch it on. We got this is some synthesizers knowledge here, and this is about Kurzwail. Excellent tutorial by Pierlander, highly recommended. And this is a book. This is book. Okay, but more important than a book, than user reference is, let me find it. I think I left it in toilet. Give me a second. Okay, this is most important part of this book. It's about DSP algorithms here, as you can see. This is a lot to learn. I'm passing through it with some help here. As you see, this is very dynamic and dramatic process, but the very useful thing is I can't find it on the internet anymore, but if you will be lucky, you will find something like Kurzwail K2000 quick reference, where you have everything from reference book, but in very useful manner, all algorithms. You just can have a quick look at all this, at all your tools. We will pass through this today. We will check our Spectrum. This is very nice also, okay. And those time-dependent functions and much more. I highly recommend you to find this document on web. Unfortunately, I don't know how to find it. I was trying, but I couldn't find it. Right. So for today, we will do something like, let me show you. We will generate particles on our Kurzwail. They got a few sampled waveforms mixed together, which they call partials, and we will play few of those simple tones, complex tones. Actually, they are complex, and we will go from Kurzwail to the mixer, and from mixer we will go to a frequency counter, which will turn on, frequency counter, and from frequency counter we will go to oscilloscope, digital oscilloscope, which is set up to show waveform and also spectrum analysis, and we will drive our Kurzwail with one of my MIDI controllers. This one This one looks quite complex, and it is actually complex, but what can I say? It's very good. I will turn on more lights here. This is very good, especially like last time I added this precise potentiometers here. These are very nice, not too many turns. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3 turns. 3 turns precise 1K potentiometers. Those are Hungarian potentiometers, maybe about 30 years old, but working perfect. So why it's placed like this? You can do funny things like this, for example. It's kind of elastic, so, or this. You can just do many things with them. This is and here we have something for other hand. This is a joystick here, and few potentiometers, also in a ergonomical manner, like something like this. It's never mind about this controller. And here we have a kind of keyboard. Okay, so we will trigger notes. It works. You can very easily check if your controller is working with it's sending MIDI notes or not, because Kurzwail got a special control light when MIDI signal is for incoming MIDI signals. Okay, and we will record our sound given from Kurzwail sound module. We will record it to the Zoom parallelly. Okay, I will go for tripod now.
Here it is, a thing that I call art, and even make it myself.
Okay. We will plug the Zoom recorder mixer, main output. Okay.
You're listening to Radio Inferno.
And let's.
It's getting darker all the time. Descending to the second circle, Dante and Virgil are received
Turn it
by
on.
Meeks, the judge of hell, who assigns the souls to their appropriate places of torment.
Vierter Vers. Minus, schrecklich,
Okay.
ruft am Eingang alle Sünden, richtet und befiehlt mit seinem Schweife.
Let's check for some signal.
Die Seele, die im Tod übersteht, bekennt sie alles. Wir erweitern ihre Sünde, abgeben als ihre Zukunft. Er göttet mit dem Schweif sich
We got some cheesy piano here.
und versenkt das Leben Großsteuer.
Okay. And now let's program something in our Kurzwail. So, a few words about this synthesizer. Its synthesis engine here is called Variable Architecture Synthesis Technology, V.A.S.T, and this is called not without a reason, because this synthesis architecture is very vast. It's very deep and complex. But so I will show you how make a simple sound here. So. But let's okay, so it works like communicating with this synthesizer through this little window here, which is more than enough, I can guarantee you. It's perfectly okay. And it works like this is bad reflection. So the first task for me, always first task is to erase everything. When I get to new synthesizer, I'm erasing everything. In this case, I've erased everything except something called key maps, which is like samples assigned to keys. This is keyboard. This is okay. Let's start. So edit, and now we are with an algorithm. You can change those algorithms. In this model, you can choose from something about 27 algorithms, and as you see, each algorithm got basic blocks, and each of these blocks has about 10 or more or less functions. Okay. I'm navigating with these buttons here and keypad. Let's go. If you want to go to algorithm 1, for example, just press 1 and enter. This is 1. Okay, a few words about algorithms. As you can see in this reference, this is a lot of these algorithms, and each algorithm got specific fields where you can change DSP function for it, and you can choose from, let me find it. Oh, here it is. So you got, for example, algorithm 3, right? Algorithm 3, and you can choose from, go to algorithm number 3, and you can choose like this. Okay? So you can assign 2 parameter shaper, 2 pole low pass filter, band pass filter, blah blah blah, etc. So as you can see, it's very complex and very powerful. For example, algorithm number 10 gives you about 20 different digital DSP processing algorithms, which you can mix together and change and adjust and do everything, which we will do in the second. Okay, so let's start with basic number 1 algorithm. Here we have number 1, and we just want to use one of those. We will not use internal sound engine. We will use internal sample player, because this thing can also play, not only can play samples, but also can generate waveforms. If you will select a special algorithm, for example, like A8, for example, it's 1LPW, it's a PWM. But let's have a look here. For example, sine wave here, noise. This is generated. The same here, sine wave and noise. But these are also algorithms which are specific for generating waveforms, like sine wave, low frequency sine wave, sine wave in shaper, sine wave plus, low frequency sine wave square, and etc, etc, etc. But at the moment we will not use this ability of this machine. We will just play ordinary samples which are factory programmed in this machine. Let's go for particles. Okay, so it's a spectra of single cycle waves. So let's try 147 partials 1 and 4. Okay, 147. So we are going to our key map and just press 147, enter. And this is key map partials 1 and 4. Okay, which key map is like just samples assigned to the keyboard. Okay, we will not edit key map at the moment. Okay, I will leave it, but you can also here press edit here, and you can go very, very deep and do whatever you like. So go one level up, and let's see, key map 147, partials 1 and 4. Okay, so 147 is here. So we should obtain in our spectra something like this, about 1 kHz and 4 kHz. That's why it's called 1 and 4. Okay. So let's play a basic tone. Is C here. I got a little switch here, which is hold switch. It's not working. Let's try again. Because pedal is connected, so I have to disconnect pedal. Oh, sorry. It was MIDI. Okay. It's reversed. Okay, never mind. So we're playing basic tone C.
The surrender to sin leads by degradation
I will
to
turn down
solitary
these monitors.
self-indulgence.
And where is our signal? Where is our signal?
For all time.
Let's look for
There
it.
is no communication.
So it goes like
Brothers alone.
here to recorder. It's recorded. Okay, it is okay, recorded. And go further. Our signal is going to this cable. It's going to frequency counter, which is showing us 1 kHz. Never mind about the rest. Okay, and after here the signal is missing
Various
somehow.
attempts have been made to interpret the cryptic song of Pluto, the underground god Pobawmy. It's nearing midnight. Our wanderers come to the fourth circle, where the hoarders and the spendthrifts forever and
Okay.
ever roll huge rocks against one another.
We're getting something.
Virgil explains to Dante the nature of fortune.
So this is our waveform. Pretty unstable. So triggering problem here. Okay, we got it. And now turn on our FFT, which is function F. Okay, we can magnify it here. Sorry, this is magnification. So this oscilloscope will now will be very slow. The best we can do is to hold acquisition by switching to single acquisition mode, and now we can set up everything much calmer. And so we will turn off FFT. We will use magnification of FFT. Never mind about details now. Let it run, and I will stop it again. Single shot, and now we will measure Look, this is first our fundamental frequency is 1 kilohertz, and the first harmonic is 4.2 kilohertz. So never mind about 0.2, maybe someday I will understand why it's not exactly 4, but this is our first and fourth partial, okay? So let's oscilloscope run. It is running, and change our sample for something like 130, 130. Okay, it's partials 4 and 7, so we should obtain something like 4, 5, 6 and 7, fundamental at 4 kilohertz, and harmonic, and few harmonics here, so it's 130. Okay, 130, enter. Sound is changed. Okay, 130 partials 4 to 7, and go to oscilloscope. Right, we're getting something. I will increase sensitivity by changing volume per volt per division, right? And I will slip our display down. Okay, and now we can see it's like a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and should be 4, 5, 6 and 7. It's like 4, 5, 6 and 7. These are further harmonics, because our signal is distorted for this oscilloscope. So if I will decrease sensitivity and avoid distortion, look what would happen. Those harmonics should be smaller or even disappear. Okay, everything is disappear. Let's go single. Okay, so it looks like more like this now. I can change magnification or change vertical gain to see it. Okay, and I can also switch to single grid mode, and I can check what I want to see. So let's turn off channel 1, let it run, and now we are observing only a living spectrum of this. But what if we would like to change a base frequency, which is 4.2 kilohertz, and here is 2.1 kilohertz, which is very nice. Question why, but I don't know. It's measuring something here. This spectrum, what we see, it's FFT, it's mathematical based, so you can also adjust hundreds and tons of things here, like redefine this FFT. And sorry. Aha, it's like it's only magnification. Let's go to function F, select function F, and redefine it. So it's like a Fourier transform, magnitude, and we can change this display type for example, power spectrum. And now we will see much more. Let's turn off magnification. Much more harmonics we see now.
What's here? Who dares forbid me the mansions to lost? Hast thou no fear? Though I be wroth, I'll win this. Try the power, whatever regrets.
Change position. So more we see now, most of we see is noise. No. But if I will change sensitivity, I should be able to see more. And our harmonics here. Let's stop acquisition and change vertical gain. Okay. So this is our signal. Our fundamental frequency is 4.2 kilohertz, and we can measure single, and we'll measure our, it's a 4, 5, 6, 7, and further. So that's how it works. And now change, let's change the pitch, and we can do it like go more, exit from key map edition, so it's algorithm. Oops, sorry, I don't need this layer.
In this most dangerous moment, a thunder-like noise announces the arrival of a heavenly messenger.
Switch to the pitch, edit pitch, and we can now we can assign a MIDI controller to change it. I will need both hands to do it, because if you will press and hold enter and move any of your MIDI CC command controllers, this machine will automatically assign number of the controller. And for this Kurzwail, it's program number 3. Program 3, and we got two CC assigned for Kurzwail. It's 30 and 31. And now I need both hands. Sorry, for a second. I'm pressing enter and turning controller. So this is assigned now. Let's change depth of it. Goes up. Let's go to minus. So we can affect the sound dramatically. So now by rotating this knob, I'm lowering the sound pitch. And we can hear 127 MIDI thresholds here. but it's not that bad. It's very smooth, as you hear. Okay, go to oscilloscope. So our fundamental is measured for 300 Hz, and let's see on oscilloscope. We are getting something here. Let's measure. Single. Go here with cursor. 360 and something. Okay, let's change resolution. Now we are changing a Nyquist frequency by changing our time base. So we got first and 3 next harmonics now, and I will change frequency now here with this, and let's observe our spectrum. So all this spectrum is changing. Oh, very nice. So we are playing with this one is good. So we are playing with the just one of key map 130. It's just a one sample within one program here. So we just touch the surface of this machine. We even didn't scratch the surface. It's a very early beginning, and all these things here are critical, very important and very creative, and it's a lot and tons of it here in this Kurzwail. So never underestimate good old digital synthesizer. Okay, thank you. What about echo? Let's try to add some echo. We will have to leave this yes. ID1. Program replaced. Okay, it's playing again. Go to effects.
Follow me now. I think we should depart.
Some simple reverb. And you can play forever. Just with one knob. So we are using something about 0.01% of power possibilities and versatility of this instrument. Even with this, okay. I can switch this control here and use my finger. It's very easy. So go to. Oops, sorry. How to save it? I don't know. Okay, never mind. Edit, pitch, and change this MIDI 30. It was MIDI 30, we will change it to number 3, which is not. Number 3 is just like a internal assignment. For Kurzweil it's a K14, so it's just enough to create 14. And 3 is here. So let's do it proper way. Okay. If this changes too big, from 0 to nothing, you can always change a sensitivity of this and assign less or more. I'm doing it with a dial here, changing value. Go to our save, yes, replace. Go to effects and change this. Very nice sounding. And this is only one of about 34 parallel layers in which you can create the sound, and one timbre in this instrument. So you can imagine the possibilities with all this knowledge here. And what's our oscilloscope? It's completely lost with reverb. Main harmonics are still there. So let's add more sounds. It's a fully polyphonic instrument. Now signal is overdrive. Thank you.